Okay, so this is my code. So how it runs is, you can see. Okay, and let me show you how it works. So basically, as we have seen previously, we have a products array. Then if you go down, this is the products div that I've selected. So this is this div. Okay, and then the variables: cart total, discount amount, tax percentages. Okay, and then cart items. So this is basically my cart. Okay, so whatever is shown inside the cart is cart items. Okay, and then I have also created an array of objects for the coupons. Okay, so I am storing the coupon. So the structure of the coupon is, there will be a coupon code, then how much percentage discount will be there. So in this case 1111, if you enter, you will get 50% discount. And then there is a validity, so that will be a date. Okay, so I will be checking if the coupon is valid or not before applying it. Okay, so I have put two coupons. One is expired, this one is expired, and this was still valid. Okay, and then what I'm trying to do is, I'm going to read all the products. So these are the products, so I'm going to read for using for each. I'm going to iterate through each one of them, and I am going to run this function on it. Okay, so add new product. Okay, now what this add new product does is, we can see this is the function of add new product. Now in our previous code, we have used a different method where we have used template literals and used HTML, right? But this is a different method that I know. When I explained that event bubbling procedure, so I told you there were two methods. One was using create element option, and one was using the event bubbling principle. Okay, so this is the second method uh, that I have used in this. Okay, so you can use the first one also, that I have already that code I have already shared with you. So it doesn't matter which method you use. This one, as I've already told you, this one looks a bit big, but it is less memory intensive. Okay, so this may look like too much code, because basically what I'm trying to do is, I'm creating a div. Okay, because this entire p card is a div. Okay, and adding a class called pcard to it. Then I'm creating an image for this 100 cross 100 image. Then I'm creating an h2 tag, that is for the apple. Then I'm creating h3 tag for the rupees 200. Okay, then I'm creating a paragraph tag for this 1 kg, and then I'm creating a button. Okay, so all these things I'm doing, it is exactly the same as we did before. Only difference is, there we have used directly HTML, and here we are using uh, JavaScript functions to create elements. Okay, now it is said that this way of creating the tags is much more efficient than that. Okay, so you can use any. If you don't care about efficiency, then you can use any of the methods. But if you want your code to be more efficient, then you can learn this method also. Okay, only thing is, this is not verbose, so you will have to figure out what exactly is going on. But in that case, your HTML code will be exactly like this. Okay, so it will be HTML only inside your JavaScript. Okay, so that will be much more helpful when you read the code. Okay, so once we add a new product, so all these divs are created based on whatever you put inside the products table. Okay, so if I add a new product over here, automatically a new product will be added over here. Okay, so once that is done, next step will be to select all the buttons. So I am trying to select all the buttons. Okay, and then I am adding an event listener to this. Okay, so now this is my old code, and this is a bad no example of attaching event listener to each and every button, but there were only 5 buttons in my case, so that's why I use this method. But let's suppose you have 100 products. In that case, adding event listener to 100 products will be very dangerous. Okay, it will consume a lot of memory in your browser. So that's why I explained you another method of attaching and was one single event listener to the parent. Okay, so that method also you can follow, and this is the another method, but this is going to be memory intensive. Okay, so now it's up to you. If there is only few products, you can use this method. If there are many products, then I would prefer to go for the previous method that we did in the last session. Okay, now that is completely up to you. So basically what I'm trying to do is whenever I click on this particular button, okay, I'm just finding out what is the ID attached to it. Okay, so if I just inspect any particular button, you can see I have added a data.id. Okay, data dash id, which is equal to 1 in this case. If I inspect the next button, you will see it is having data.id of 2. Okay, so like that. So I'm my first job will be to get the ID from the product. Okay, so that I can find out what is the product that I want to delete. Okay, and this entire logic is to add items to the cart items array. Okay, so first I am checking is that item already present in the cart. If it is present, then I am just increasing the quantity. Okay, so that is what this logic is. So you can see uh, if the cart product is less than 0, then I'm trying to add that particular product. Else you can see I'm just incrementing the quantity plus plus. Okay, so I'm just increasing quantity by 1. Okay, so that is what this entire logic does. And then I'm just uh, running this command. Now populate cart is nothing but we were trying to do render cart, so that is what this is, populate cart. So basically it just takes the table and adds the what do you say, elements by running through all the cart items, and it adds each and every row as a each and every product as a new row inside the table. Okay, so now once this is done, then at the same time I am trying to find the cart total by multiplying it by the quantity and the amount. Okay, so that is how this is getting populated. So I don't have a separate variable that is storing this. Then after doing all these things, then I am trying to find the total. Okay, so this total is coming from here. Okay, once I get the total, then I am trying to find out what is the discount, uh, finding out the discount amount. Okay, so this is basically my discounted amount that I'm trying to find out. So discounted amount right now is set to 0. Okay, and so that will change based on whatever you enter over here. Okay, then I'm finding grand total. Sorry, after tax I'm finding the grand total. So tax is basically multiply whatever is the percentage. I will just multiply it by the tax percent and divide by 100. So whatever is the amount that I get, that will be my tax percentage. And finally, I have grand total, which is basically your card total minus the discount, whatever is applied. And then you are finding out the whatever tax is added. Okay, so that is this. Okay, tax dot inner text. Now once this is done, that updates the cart. So all these values will be updated. Now the only thing left will be how to handle the coupons. Okay, so I have created another event listener. So what this event listener does is whenever now this is a form. Okay, so this form, whenever it is submitted, so I am using the event listener submit. Okay, so whenever that particular form is submitted, first of all I am trying to do is always remember, whenever it's a button inside a form or a form itself, you should run first of all e.prevent default. Otherwise the form will refresh, so entire page will refresh and everything will go away. Okay, and this particular thing is your uh, discount uh, value. Okay, so whatever is the discount applied, that value. Okay, and now next thing that I'm going to do, so sorry, this text box is what this discount is. Okay, so whatever coupon code I enter, that will be stored inside this. Okay, now next is I have a array. If you remember, I have created an array called coupons, and I'm going to loop through all these coupons and find out if you have entered a valid coupon or not. Okay, so now how to do that? You can see I'm using the find method. Okay, now find method is it will give back an array if a particular condition is true. So I'm just trying to search if x dot code is equal to coupon. Okay, so whatever is the coupon entered, and x is the one object inside coupons. Okay, so x dot code, if it is equal to coupon, then that particular object will be returned. So that is the found coupon. Okay, now if nothing is returned, that means it is undefined, right? So found coupon, if it is undefined, then I am sending an alert that you have entered a invalid coupon. Okay, else then I cannot directly apply the coupon. First I have to check the validity. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, else in the else if condition, I'm trying to this is the current date. If current date is greater than the date in the coupon. Okay, so if current date is greater than the date in the coupon, then I will say the coupon is expired. Okay, so that current date should be validity should be there, because if your current date is greater than this, that means your coupon is expired. Okay, and if all these conditions does not satisfy, then that is where your else statement will run. So in the else, you will just say congratulations, your discount is applied. Okay, and then you will be adding a discount amount, and again you're going to populate the cart. Okay, so now let's try it out. If I add some coupon which is not valid, if I enter, you can see it shows me error invalid coupon. Okay, now if I add, okay, so for the first coupon is, let's add 0000. Okay, so let's add 0000. If I enter, it says coupon expired. Okay, because the date, current date is 10/22/10, and the validity of this particular coupon was 15/8. Okay, so it is expired around 2 months back. Now let's try this. Okay, so 1111 1111. If I enter, you can see our congratulations, a discount coupon of 50% is applied. Okay, so this 50 is coming from this particular value. Okay, 50%. So as soon as I do that, you can see I get a discount of 420, because 840 was the total. I got 420 discount. Okay, plus the tax, and this is what the total amount I have to pay. Okay, so now this is what uh, the project is. You all can try this out. This will be a very good project for you to try it out. Okay, now some of you have tried, others can also try, and if you are successful in doing this, don't refer my code while doing it. Okay, because everybody, when they think, they will come up with new ideas of shortening this down. Okay, so now if I rewrite this right now, it can be now reduced to much more smaller code. Okay, so that is how, whenever you try to rethink about your code, you will think that, okay, this could have been done in a better way. Okay, so that things you can um, write, you can try to write this program on your own. Okay, so any doubts still here? Okay, so if there are any doubts, just put it in the chat box. So I'm running out of time. So now next, what I want to show you is very important feature of JavaScript, especially I should say ECMAScript. Okay, ES6. So in ES6, there are many features that were added. So one of them was to use this template literals. Okay, so this syntax of backticks was added in ECMA 6. And another very important feature because of which, all these frameworks like React, Angular, Vue, and all these things are very famous is because of modularization. Okay, so how can you modularize your code? Okay, now basically it's very easy to modularize any code. Now you can see the length of this code. Okay, so you can see it is around 170 lines of code, right? Now you can put it into separate files, so that uh, where things which are common in action, they should be grouped together. Okay, right now everything is inside a single file, right? Like for example, this products, the complete products part could have been in a different JavaScript file, and the cards part can be in a different JavaScript file. Okay, so that could have reduced the burden of all these files inside, right? So let us see how to modularize your code with the help of ECMA 6. Okay, so first of all, let me show you so this is the products array, right? So let's imagine there are 100 products inside this. Okay, so just imagine what will be the size of your code. Okay, so the top part is only your products, right? And it will go up till 600 700 lines of code just for the products. Okay, there will be no actual logic anywhere, because your logic will start after the products array ends, right? So it would be a good idea to remove this from here and put it in a separate file. Okay, so let's say I remove this and I create a new file, paste it over here, and now I'm going to save it. Let's call it products.js. Okay, so I have saved this over here, products.js. Okay, now I want, so now it looks much more cleaner. So there is no data as such directly. So there are no big arrays inside my code except this coupons. So we can, once we learn modularization, we can shift everything to a separate file, all the coupon related tasks to a separate file. Okay, so I will show you that. So but let's first see now how to bring that in. Okay, so right now if I save, you can see everything breaks. Okay, so that upper part is gone now, right? So now how to make this working again? Okay, so for that what you do is, first of all, whenever you do this, uh, anything that you put over here, it will not be accessible by any other files. Okay, that reason is because you are using let. Okay, so let is specific to this particular file, right? Now if you want to export this file to get the data whatever there is in products into another file, then there is a syntax called import. Okay, so all you have to do is import. Okay, and then here you have to use curly braces, and inside curly braces you can specify which variable do you want to import. Okay, so I want to import products. Okay, so let's say products. Okay, and from where do you want to import? So that will be the name of the file. Okay, so it will be products. Okay, so I just mentioned products.js and I've imported it. Okay, now let's save it. Now immediately when I save it, there are two more steps remaining. Now first step would be to add an import statement, so that we have done. Second step would be, now even though I'm trying to import, it will not be exported unless you export it. Okay, so basically whenever you want to modularize anything, you have to use import statement where you want to import and an export statement where you want to export. Okay, so you can write export, and what do you want to export? Products. Okay, so I can say export products. Now if I save this, okay, you can do in this format, or sorry, you can write export directly over here. Okay, so this is one way of doing it, or a better way would be to come down over here and write export and return an object. Okay, so in this object you can specify uh, what do you want to return. Okay, so I will say products, I want to return products. Okay, so these are the two methods. So if there is only one variable you want to export, then you can directly put it over here. Okay, just before this, right? But if there are multiple things that you want to export, okay, so I will show you one more example where there will be multiple things. So in that case, you will have to use an object and specify what is the name of the variables that you want to export. Okay, so right now I have only one, so I'm using this. Then if I come over here, still it does not work, right? So let me show you why it is not working. Let me go to inspect, go to console, and you can see the error that is coming is cannot use import statement outside a module. Okay, so right now JavaScript does not know that it is a module that you're trying to import or a simple file. Okay, so for that, all you have to do is where you have included that JavaScript in your HTML. Okay, so that is over here. Okay, there you just add a type attribute and say module. Okay, so as soon as you do this, now the data will be imported. Okay, so now let us see what else is pending. Let me inspect and see what is next error. Oh, I forgot to add this. Okay, so I forgot to add the current directory, so because of that it was giving error. So now you can see all my things are working. If I click on add to cart, everything is working. So now this way of doing it is much more cleaner. Okay, so I have now modularized my code and products is shifted to this particular table. Okay, now still it is not completely modularized. Okay, so now let me show you how I can have multiple things that I can modularize. So you can see you have another function called add new product. Okay, now this is also related to products, right? So and there is another function. Yeah, there is only one function. Okay, so I will take this function and remove it from here. Okay, and come over here and paste it over here. Okay, so now I have removed everything from the project 2 which is related to products, and I've pasted it in a separate file called products.js. Okay, so this file will be completely responsible for handling products. Okay, so now this means if I save this and if I save this, everything breaks. Okay, because I have added the function but I have not exported it and imported it over there, right? So let us see how to import this. So all you have to do is, okay, so let's see how to make this working now. So first of all, whenever you want to add a function inside this, now how can I export a function, right? So for that, it is very simple. You have to convert this into an anonymous function. So I will remove the name. As soon as I remove the name, this becomes an anonymous function. And then I'm going to assign this function to a variable. Okay, so let's call let. Okay, so now what I've done is I've made this particular function anonymous, and then I have assigned it to a variable, and its variable name is add new product. Okay, now I'm going to come over here, add this variable also to the export array. Okay, so now this particular products file is exporting two things. One is the products array. Okay, so that is this array, and it is also exporting add new product function. Okay, which is stored inside a variable. Okay, so once this is done, now obviously still it will not work, because now what I have to do is I have to come over here, go to the top, and you can see I have exported it. I have exported two variables, but I am importing only one. Okay, so I just have to add a comma and add the variable name of add new product. Okay, now you can see I have purposely kept the name same so that now our code doesn't break. If I would have changed the name over here, okay, so if I change the name over here, then if that particular function is used anywhere, that will create a then I have to change everywhere, right? That's why I'm not changed the name. Now if I save it, you can see everything goes back to normal, everything works. If I add, everything works normal. Okay, now you can see how wonderful this particular feature of modularization is. Okay, now you may not find this very important right now, because you may think, okay, that was just a small code, right? But if you're working on a big complex project, and if you do not have modularization, just imagine you have around 1,000 lines of code and you don't know which part of code belongs to what. Okay, so if you modularize it, then you exactly know all product related task is in products.js, all discount coupon related task is in some other file like that. Okay, so that is very important. Modularization is very important in case of JavaScript. Okay, so this feature was very innovative feature. I can say not innovative in the sense all the other languages had this feature, but JavaScript was lacking it, and finally in ECMA 6 this was introduced. Okay, so all these popular frameworks like React, Vue, Angular, so all of them use this feature. And once this in JavaScript, then when you learn React or Vue or Angular, it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, so I would request you, all those who have already tried this project, try to modularize your project with the help of this particular import and export statements, and see if you can complete this project with the help of modularization. Okay, any queries till now? So this finishes with our basic JavaScript. So next time we are going to start with what do you say, classes, that is object oriented programming in JavaScript, and we are going to start learning Ajax. Okay, so these two are very important topics in case of JavaScript, and especially the Ajax part is very, very important. Without that, you cannot, all complex websites will have some kind of an Ajax inbuilt. Okay, so that will be very important. That will start in the next week. For the time being, if whenever you are free, you can try these projects that I have mentioned. I have mentioned this in the Moodle also. So you can try it out, a few of them whenever you get time. Okay, so there is this alarm digital clock and all these things. There are many different websites like this is there, message encryptor and decryptor. Okay, so you can try some of these some of these projects, and if you implement it, then do share it with me. Okay, uh, so I hope, are there any queries, or should I end this? Okay, so I think there are no queries. If there are, then do contact me through Slack. Okay, thank you everyone. See you in next week.